All right. We're getting started. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Come on in. Got a lot going on. We had a fight 2 days ago. Shakur Stevenson defeats Teofimo Lopez. I had Shakur winning, but he was already a favorite to win, so it wasn't really no need to do a video on it. But yeah, Shakur Stevenson. This is crazy. This reminds me of Canelo versus Crawford, and I said that was tied to this boat crashing into the bridge.
Multiple.
All right, the Mexican boat. Remember, everything's been going on with ICE. We ain't even gonna go back through that. We already went through that. Everything going on with ICE, Latin America, Trump. That's why this fight went down, and this fight too. This is just, you know, continuation of this, really. All right, America, because most people are gonna look at Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson and be like, okay, it's a brother, it's a black man versus a Spanish guy. They're pushing that. No, it's American versus uh, a Latin American. That's what this is about. All right, and that's why this boat hitting this bridge, this Mexican boat hitting this bridge. That's why I'm saying that was symbolism. All right, so making our way to the Super Bowl. Right, so this was the big fight before the Super Bowl. There's always something big going on. We got the Epstein files being released too at the same time. And all this is a week before the Super Bowl, right? And hearing about the Epstein files, Epstein makes me think about Aaron Hernandez. And the reason why I say that is because they kind of died in the same way. Aaron Hernandez, believe it or not, Aaron Hernandez was beating cases. He beat one murder charge, and he was looking like he was about to beat the other murder charge, and then he turned up dead. And after he beat the first murder charge, he was super happy, calling his girlfriend, calling his mother, letting them know what's going on. And, they say he was in a good mood. I mean, who wouldn't be after beating the murder case? And then for him to turn up dead, and then for there to be Illuminati symbols in the cell and stuff, it was like, oh wait, this is really weird. All right, so I'm linking Aaron Hernandez to Jeffrey Epstein. Right, and Aaron Hernandez is a former New England Patriot. Right, he played in the Super Bowl. I want to say 2012, 2013. He wore the number 81. Right, we're gonna talk about that 81. But he did score a touchdown in that Super Bowl, a 12-yard touchdown. Right, in the last video I was talking about the number 37. How's the 12th prime number? Right, and Tom Brady wore number 12. This is the Patriots 12th Super Bowl that they go into. There's a whole lot of 12s circling this game too as well, right? And Seattle is known for the 12th man. It's the home of the 12th man, right? And I didn't know Seattle was about to sell their team. They looking to sell their team too, so that's another thing to look into. But so Aaron Hernandez is wearing the number 81, right? 81 is a Kobe Bryant number. And remember Kobe Bryant, a guy named Kobe Bryant, he's 26 years old and he's playing for the Seattle Seahawks, which is okay. But there's a guy on the New England Patriots, he's a tight end, and he wears a number 81. Tight end number 81. Austin Hooper. So, you know how they do prop bets. My prop bet is going to be Austin Hooper scores a touchdown. That's one of my prop bets. I'm looking at Austin Hooper to score me a touchdown for his connections to Aaron Hernandez and Kobe Bryant for that matter. All right, so Aaron Hernandez, very strange case, right? Just like Epstein case, very strange. And they released I, it was an outstanding number of pages they said they released for this Epstein thing, right? And even Vlad then got into it. TJ Vlad has the whole Epstein, the full leaked interview, which Steve Bannon is doing the interview. If you know anything about Steve Bannon, he's the reason why Trump got elected back in 2016. All right. So a lot of weird stuff going on with that stuff, and a lot of people being implemented into this case. a lot of millionaires and billionaires. So that kind of brings me up to my next thing. Well, let's wait on that. The millionaires and billionaires. Yeah, the millionaires and billionaires. Yeah, it's about to get good. There's old Donald Trump in the movie Home Alone 2. The lady who played the mother passes away. Right, Donald Trump inside that hotel. A lot of money. Another Don is in the news too, which is Don Lemon. We're gonna come back and talk about him too. Don Lemon got arrested in Minnesota at a church, right? Remember Charlie Kirk's church. Okay, so Austin Hooper, number 81. This is gonna be a little side bet that he scores a touchdown. Remember Kobe Bryant scoring 81 points. He had played in 666 NBA regular season games, right? Remember, Kobe Bryant won a championship without Shaq. First, he beat Orlando Magic, then he beat the Boston Celtics, right? Boston, Massachusetts, New England, all this is, close to each other. All these is connected. So let me show y'all something about this 666 in Boston right quick. All right. Now look, check this out. Remember this? This is the Boston Marathon bombing. This was back in 2013, right? April 15th, 2013. Like I said, remember your dates. Remember your dates for big events like this. Because watch this. Watch this. April 15th, 2013. Now they played last week, Championship Sunday, which was January 25th. I think this just got all messed up. That's crazy. How that keep happening like that, man? It's almost like they don't want me to use it. All right, so we're going to type it in. It's all good. Because you got to see this. This just blew my mind. So April 15th, which is tax day, all right, 2013. If you go by the days, there's nothing there. But hold on, wait a minute. So we need to go to January 25th. Boom. All right. You go by the days, there's nothing there. But like we said in football, they play every week. So you want to check your weeks. All right. So from the day of the week of the marathon bombing, Boston Marathon bombing, to the day that they played that championship game was 666 weeks. You see how this works? See how it works now? All right. That's why I'm pointing out Kobe Bryant, 81-point game. 666 game. All right. So now we 2 weeks past that. All right. We 2 weeks past that. So they don't got the look of the 666 no more. Talk about the Patriots, right? Now, another thing that need to be said is the date of the Super Bowl is February 8th. That's 2-8. Right. The number 28 is a number of wealth. I don't want you to just take my word for it. Here's Gary, the number guy. He'll tell you. All right, here we go.
I can tell you 28's number of wealth. I can tell you the richest man in the world is Elon Musk, and he's born on the 28th. I can say the guy who used to be the richest man in the world before Musk took over was Bill Gates, born on the 28th. Rolex, all their ads have a 28 in it because it's the number of wealth. I can say Steve Jobs, born 2/24/1955. He's a 28. He started the company on the 28th day, and he incorporated on the 28th day. You're laughing, but he's a billionaire using this stuff. Yeah, but that's the fact. You're laughing, but he's a billionaire using this information. I can tell you.
So 28 is the number of wealth. All right. So that's the thing about Seattle. Seattle is the home, believe it or not, of a lot of billionaires. All right. That is Bill Gates' home. Jeff Bezos is not from there, but he runs his business out of Seattle. Jeff Bezos, Amazon. All right. And speaking of businesses, here's a business that's going out of business. All right. This news just dropped this week, right? Heading into the Super Bowl. Eddie Bauer is going out of business after 106 years. This is the 106th season of the Super Bowl. Of the NFL. So that means the NFL started in 1920. All right, just like Eddie Bauer. And you see that they're based out of Seattle, Washington. Right. 1920 is the start of the NFL. Now, don't take this right. Don't take this to heart too much. All right. I gotta pull this up. I don't want to use too many numbers. I don't want to sway nobody one way or another. But if you look at the Seattle Seahawks franchise, their playoff record, if they lose the Super Bowl, they will be 19-20. And the NFL season started on that year, which is 19-20. I'm just throwing that out there. Not gonna lie, I like the Seahawks better than I like the Patriots, but the Patriots, this right here scares the shit out of me. That 19-20. So I'm just putting information out there. All right. So Seattle sits in Washington State, right? Washington State is named after George Washington, I do believe. George Washington is like the first patriot. So there's something going on with this too. All right. The father of the nation, George Washington, the Washington Patriots. He's the American patriot. He started the, revolution. He's known for the Revolutionary War. So that's another, you know, another thing about war too, right? So, and I want to show this video, just show you that's how much Seattle goes crazy about the number 12, right? I'm not making this stuff up. They are crazy about the number 12, bro. They love the number 12. All right, so okay, we did have not the Emmys, the Grammys last night. Kendrick Lamar cleaned up. I was talking about him on the last video, right? Kendrick Lamar, he's synced up to Boston because of this birthday, June 16, which is 17, which be 617. The 617 area code is Boston, right? Massachusetts. And then this thing with this Massachusetts, man, I used to say this a few years ago. Massachusetts sounds a lot like mass shootings. Massachusetts sounds a lot like mass shootings. So I always thought that was, a little weird that those three words are so close together, right? But yeah, Kendrick cleaned up. Like I said, Drake is in the Super Bowl as Drake May. So there is a connection there. So I don't know if Kendrick Lamar winning all these Grammys last night, that might could sway somebody to be like, well, you know what? Drake lost. Kendrick's still winning. Maybe Drake loses in the Super Bowl too. That's Drake May, because I'm telling you, they synced up together. All right. Patriots 12th Super Bowl, right? And of course, they're known for their quarterback being number 12, Tom Brady, right? So this 12 is pretty big, but I want to introduce another number into this. Definitely want to put another number into this. Definitely looking at the dark side. Okay, so the number of wealth is 28. The Super Bowl is on February 8th. That's a 2-8. That's a 28. It's got something to do with money, right? The Super Bowl is going to have something to do with money and the U.S. dollar, right? The U.S. dollar. We ain't with this. The 106 season of the NFL. The Super Bowl is going to have something to do with money. And let me show you something. This is usually how I operate. Okay, take the two major players of the game and look at their jersey numbers, right? See Drake May wearing the number 10. Sam Darnold wearing the number 14. He's wearing it for Pope Leo the 14th. All right. So the number 14 is going to be pretty big. And if you take two 14s, you get 28 and add them together, you get 28. 14 plus 14 is 28. Okay, so you leave the zero out for Drake May, right? You combine these three numbers, which would be 114. Okay, this is going to be our other number. Now let's see if we can find it. Here we go. Okay, 114. Okay, like I said, not Aaron Darnold. Sam Darnold is a former Minnesota Viking, and so is Stephon Diggs. And we know that this ice situation has come to a climax in Minneapolis, Minnesota, right? So we see the 114 is pointing towards Minneapolis, Minnesota. But that number of wealth, that 28, this number is also pointing to the United States dollar. And also OJ, which we talked about weeks ago. Right? We talked about OJ. But these two right here, the United States dollar, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay, Don Lemon gets locked up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, right, inside a church. And so this thing is going to go on for a while too. Because, Don Lemon, he's being oppressed and all type of stuff. So this is going to drag. He's probably going to sue. But for him to go inside a church is kind of wild. Now, the money, right? I'm looking for the billionaires. I wanted to show you that. Oh yeah, forgot about this. Another former Patriots in the news too. He didn't make it to the Hall of Fame. All right, whoop-de-doo. But there's something to that too. Okay, here we go. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Seattle's richest billionaires. They all stay by each other, right? See Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, they go Paul Allen, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, all these dudes, worth billionaires. All stay around Seattle, right? Seattle's gonna be the home of the money. That's where the money is looking like it's trying to head to. The money trying to get away from us, y'all. All right. So the money, and so we already talked about 28, right? Now, the lady from Home Alone died. Check this out. I'm gonna fall back.
And there might be something to that movie coming out on Joe Biden's birthday. But just look at this, you guys. We're going to cover this, and we're going to look at this Schitt's Creek show that she was in, too. I'd actually never heard of this show. It won a bunch of Emmys. Trump's last year in office for his first term. You'd never believe that show ended on 4/7, and it's about wealthy people losing all of their money.
This thing is about money, and I came up with this before I even watched him, but I said, no, matter of fact, I do remember him saying this. This has been a few days ago that this lady died, right? US dollar. And then, okay, here we go. Let me shut up.
It's also interesting that show came out on January 13th, 113, because haven't we been talking about the Federal Reserve turning?
Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. He said, but he about to say the Federal Reserve is turning 113 years old. That's the Kobe Bryant number. And that number is connected to this 617. Let me show you why. I don't want to lose this. All right, here we go. Just take that 617, right? Boom. Prime number 113. That's the Kobe Bryant number. All right. And I forgot that the Federal Reserve is turning 130. So, yeah, man. You might want to move your money around. You might want to start moving your money around because, oh, yeah, I got to play that too. Okay. Hold on. Got a lot of good stuff, man. Hit that like button. Let's go.
Turning 113 years old later this year when it was established in a 113 ritual. Again, we just covered that at the beginning of the week. But yeah, this stuff, you guys, it's just, it really is unbelievable. But then again, it's business as usual. It's what we've been covering for now going on 13 straight years. And again, for the moron out there who left the comment of what I do isn't real journalism, people like, what's her name? Whitney Webb. Is that her name? I can't even think of it right now, but that's real journalism.
If y'all see that 71, right? That's one of my favorite numbers. That's 71, right? That's the Catholic number.
You guys, it's just so lame brain. The Whitney Webbs of the world who get to go on BPD and Glenn Beck. Remember, Glenn Beck's team did interview me and took all my info, break down the story instantly and show you exactly why that's in the headlines the day it is, which is what we do every single day. So again, take a look. Federal Reserve 71. Here's the woman that screams out, Kevin, as Kevin gets nominated by the numbers, which we covered this morning. And, of course, Donald Trump appears in Home Alone 2. How many days is it after the anniversary of the release of Home Alone 2? Oh, 71 days.
Oh.
By the way, the movie turned 33 years old last year. You'd never believe, but she's dead 33 days before her birthday. And I just learned from the chat. Shout out to the chat. I did cover I covered John Candy's death in my first book, Letters and Numbers. I didn't realize that John Candy died on her 40th birthday back in 94. If you've never seen Home Alone, John Candy, he's the king of polka, the Midwest. He does have the cameo in that movie. He drives her back home to see Kevin. So her getting on the plane, she travels with John Candy and his polka band. But look at this stuff. You know what I mean? Whitney Webb. How do the Whitney Webbs of the world not cover this information? How have they not caught on to share this information? You know, Whitney Webb covered cooties as a scam, but did 20 sometimes. You know why? It's because of what we do is undeniable to anybody who has a brain, and that's the real problem. There's just so few people.
Okay, that's about as far as we can get. It's just gonna be cussing people out for a while. All right, but anyway, I just want to show you that this thing is pointing towards the U.S. dollar, and I haven't really been watching Zach. For me to go over there and the first thing he say is boom, Federal Reserve, and then he ties it to this lady who has ties to Donald Trump. This is funny. And then Seattle, like I showed you, home of all these billionaires. This is shaping up. Okay. One more thing I gotta do, because another 114 is LeBron James. All right. And I'm like, I know y'all like, what LeBron got to do with any of this shit? Okay. LeBron plays for the Lakers. The Lakers used to be the Minneapolis Lakers. All right. So that's what I'm saying. Everything is connected. All right. Even different sports leagues. All right. And the news and entertainment. Right. A movie going to come out that explains all this. I mean, it's going to be connected to all this. But so LeBron James is a 114 too. And we are heading towards, this is about to be the end for the king. All right. Remember earlier this year, they was having a no king movement, right? And we started off the year with no LeBron James because he was hurt, sciatica, old man injury. So I've been thinking this, don't want to say it because I don't want to put no bad on nobody, but I've been thinking this for a while. All right. I asked the same thing. Like, why would LeBron move to Brentwood, where OJ used to live at? And then they spray the N-word on his gate. It's like, well, shit. I wouldn't even move there. But anyway, like I said, this stuff is all, it seems scripted. I say that. All right. So this pastor, right? Pastor Larry Gators said LeBron James' time is up. All right, here we go.
Of the fallen angels, no other team in the NBA wants him.
That's the one thing I disagree with. Now, I think other teams, they don't want to pay him no $50 million, but other teams want LeBron. LeBron he can still play a little bit.
His time is up. I can't wait to see these shorts. His time is up. No team wants him. He's got one more year. And when he retires, his number would be called to either him, his wife, his daughter, or one of his sons. Somebody has to be sacrificed because we allowed you, LeBron, to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm telling you how these deep state devils think.
I'm telling, bro, we just showed y'all all this stuff. Just showed you all this stuff, man. Now I showed you that 1920. That's when the NFL started. Now it could be 2019 if Seattle wins, which I'm rocking with Seattle right now. But in 2019, the Patriots was in the Super Bowl, so that's that too. But okay, Pastor Gators.
They want blood, okay? Deep state devils think they to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm telling you how these deep state devils think they want blood, okay? We gave you what you want. You're the greatest scorer in NBA history. We need someone to be liquidated. His number will be called. And you got a lot of listeners. Oh, you're saying he's going to die? I'm not saying he's going to die like Kobe. Something's about to come up. Be called. You see, anyone on that, especially the rappers. We talked about this the first time I was on your power show. To go higher into the rap industry, you have to be butt broken, like you say, in humiliation. Okay. And so they're butt broken. That's the system. And if you don't want to give in, they're trying to destroy you. But LeBron
and Diddy, he's going through it now. Humiliation ritual, all that stuff. Like nobody told me, bro. Diddy, the little Catholic boy. Yeah, attended and graduated Mount St. Michael Academy in the Bronx. Yeah, it's a all boys private Catholic school. Like, come on, man, stop this, man. But yeah, if I was on here to talk about it's the Jews, guess what? Everybody hit the like button in. This is crazy, bro. We talked about Belichick. We talked about Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, both based out of Seattle, Boston Marathon bombing, how that was 666 weeks. Jesus Christ. Come on, buddy. All right. And Kendrick Lamar. I got one more little side bet. So this dude, Charlie Kirk, right? He's still a part of this. Charlie Kirk, Mr. Tyler Robinson. Charlie Kirk is his death day. Let's do this, man. Let's just do it. Because I can talk it, but it's better if you just see it. Let's go to Charlie Kirk's death day, right? So that's 2025. That's 10th of September. That's 19 weeks. Okay, so first of all, and this is last week's Championship Sunday. All right, in fact, I already talked about this. How Charlie Kirk's death day was 137 days to that day. That's the 33rd prime number, right? Actually, I get a look at it. It's the 33rd prime number, right? Now we go to the Super Bowl. Just 2-8, the number of wealth. That's 151 days, the 36th prime number. Now I'm gonna take a flyer on this kid right here. Number 36 for the Seahawks, George Holani. He's only scored 3 touchdowns, so he's gonna be like plus 700 or something to score a touchdown. So I'm gonna take a little flyer on him. Put a few bucks on him to score a touchdown too, just to see if it matches up with this Charlie Kirk situation. And Cooper Kupp, I like Cooper Kupp too to score a touchdown too. So I got 3 people. I got Austin Hopper, who's wearing his 81 like Aaron Hernandez, all right, used to wear. And we got George Ulani for the Seahawks. So we got a Patriot, we got a Seahawk. And then the other Seahawk would be Cooper Kupp. Just because Cooper Flag is, and then he got the last name Flag. Bro, come on, bro. Look at this, bro. The NBA versus the world. Team USA versus the world. Like I said, this stuff is happening. This stuff is happening in real time. Trump versus the world, right? China and Russia jump in to help Iran, right? Look at this. Last week tonight, Trump versus the world. Trump versus the world 4 weeks ago. Channel 4 News. America versus the world. This is what's going on in 2026. Donald Trump versus the world. Can't make this up. And then the NBA said, oh, yeah, it seemed like a good idea. Team USA versus the world. Okay, cool. Like I said, Cooper flag. The flag is for the American flag. That's why he went number one and all this stuff. So I like Cooper Cup to score a touchdown too. Man. He'll have his 60-second. Why that look like Jake Paul? That's funny because he has been looking like, yo, bro. Okay. But yeah, Cooper Cup could score his 60-second touchdown. That number 62 is important. I don't know why right now, but I will figure it out and I will get back to you. But for right now, if y'all could please hit the like button for me before we get up out of here. If anybody got any questions, there go his birthday, October 28th. The number of wealth, the 28th. Oh, yeah. And then don't forget this dude is from Brookline, Massachusetts. Mass shootings, Massachusetts. It's John F. Kennedy. It's Patriot logo, bro. Wait a minute. Bro, the Patriot logo is crazy to me, bro. Where is it at? Yeah, I might not see it, but I see it clear as day, bro. Bro. Believe it or not, like I said, the first Patriot would be George Washington, right? We got the team from Washington, which is Seattle Seahawks, going against the Patriots. Washington Patriots. That logo right here, and nobody's gonna believe me, that's a gunshot wound. That is a gunshot wound. And I believe that's the reason why they put in the Patriots, because they want you to see that. They want you to see this logo. Because it's predictive programming to me. To me, that's a gunshot wound. And who's going to get shot? I don't know. I don't know. But to me, that's a patriot. Somebody who's repping the United States really, really hard. Getting shot in the head, which is crazy to say. That's what that logo look like to me. That's what I see. As soon as I seen it, I said, that look like JFK. Remember they gave JFK the hat? They gave JFK a hat, bro. It was a gift from the city of Dallas. You act like you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, they gave him a hat. They said it's to protect your head in case it rains. And it rained bullets, bro. And I'm telling you, bro. I keep saying, bro, I'm kind of hyped. It's the coffee, man. To me, that's JFK. He is from Massachusetts. He is from Boston, Massachusetts. Why would they put that? It's hard to explain, man. My bad. I just see it, bro. I see it. Nah, bro. Forget Seattle. I'm a Rams fan. Don, is that Dante? What up, bro? LA Rams. I ain't mad at you. Matthew Stafford. I got your title. Y'all got your title, man. But I know you like me with my 2020 Lakers title. I want another title, bro. I ain't good enough, bro. And LeBron getting old, man. So they get this the thing. They gonna have to make a trade to help LeBron out. They want to worry about Luka, but no, man, you gotta let LeBron go out the right way, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some problems coming up Pretty soon, man. According to that pastor. I didn't say it. The pastor said it. But, all right, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We up out of here, man. Peace, peace, peace.